So for me, I left that job. You know, I left Penta, I left all that kind of stuff. I left a soulless career, and I jumped onto film and TV.
Then again, maybe none
penetration testing, is that what you mean?
of this is where his claims of being an engineer come from. Because back then, he called the career path that of a blue-collar computer programmer. Did you know that he didn't actually start calling himself specifically an engineer until over a year after he stopped studying to become one and started pursuing film instead? As far as I can tell from public records, it's only in 2015 that he switched to an engineer. At first, a dead-end computer engineer, but over time, somehow, for some reason, it morphed into a source of pride and, more importantly, credibility. And he clearly became very attached to the title.
I'm an engineer. I'm a fucking engineer. I'm a goddamn engineer. I'm an engineer. I'm a fucking engineer.
Yeah.
I'm only an engineer. I'm 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 an engineer.
These sort of schizo edits, they used to take like forever to make, but now you can just like basically feed in the keyword like engineer and make these subtitles in like 10 minutes. It used to take a lot of effort to make these sort of great. Welcome to the future, where everything is on display.
Yalla. FaceTime, aqui.
It would seem that the further he gets from being an engineer, the more
Love.
engineer he becomes. I agree with Nintendo that it looks very strange. It looks even stranger if you happen to be aware that in 2014 he made a video where he claimed to have worked in video editing, film, and TV for 4 years.
You don't know I work in the video editing industry, and I work in film and television in general. And there, I get a lot of. I'm the kind of guy that's been about 4
Make
years.
it a counter.
Even
Taking a vacation this week. But like, again, this should be a very easy to determine.
Oh.
I mean, the fact that it has not been determined would suggest that it's completely false. Because, like I said, like these little projects should have like an IMDb page, it'd be in the credits. It's very searchable stuff. It's very open stuff. Like if it's TV and
Oh.
and movies, particularly, if it's like YouTube, then YouTube has never put credits.
Make it a counter.
That would be the only way to get on the table. But then again, if you're embarrassed about being a YouTuber in the first place, you wouldn't mention it as a YouTube video. You just say it's
Yalla.
indication I always end up bringing the work.
פייז אחרון. די נקי.
While I do have
די
a good time,
נקי.
I do end up working constantly. But in 4 years, I have been pretty much working the whole
אוי,
time.
נו באמת.
This is very true. This is very true. Harmful opinions where YouTube goes subscribe. I'll put his I'm a big harmful opinions fan. As we've been finding out recently.
Years, 2014, so you were doing that since 2010, 2 years before you tell us you started to get interested in editing to begin with. I'll put this one down to him having a stroke or something. He's not the most coherent speaker at the best of times, but there is at least one genuine Japanese filler.
Make it a counter.
You may not have known that Mutahar has a very strong connection to Japan. In August of 2015, he let everyone know that he lived there.
For those of you who don't know, I used to actually primarily work and operate in Japan.
No.
And, man, when I lived over there, like Japan's like a really interesting place. All right.
He's also visited many.
I kind of
Make it a counter.
of mine. When people like go to a country for like 1 month and they're like, well, I used to live there. Like when you're coming over to work for like a couple months, living there, that's like doing a working holiday essentially. You know what I mean?
Times. For work, Mutahar has made some claims where he talks about real spooky experiences he's had. One of those being when he heard footsteps in Japan. In that video, he also talks about his work there. He explains he went to make a documentary on Aokigahara Forest.
I go to Japan. I have work in Japan annually that I do. It's what I do for a living. It's video editing and whatnot. I work on production. Now in Japan, there is a forest,
Oh.
Aokigahara Forest. Now,
Like that's really like harmful opinions actually got the pronunciation right. Aokigahara. Like that's the worst pronunciation of Aokigahara I've ever heard. Like I'm gonna hear this one more time.
now in Japan,
Annually.
there is a forest called Aokigahara Forest.
Aokigahara. No, it's Aokigahara. I've been there multiple times. In fact, I have filmed in there as well. So like, I feel like my valor has been stolen now. Okay, this is very relatable to me.
Now I'm on there doing a shoot. It's sort of like a documentary-esque look into Aokigahara Forest.
He tells us that he had
Like, is he talking about the Vice documentary? Because it was the only documentary I can remember about Aokigahara that was kind of got any sort of views or anything. Was the one where Vice went there. But again, that should be very easy to check. And like, Mutahar bills himself as like a post-production officer, who typically don't go on shoots, as far as I understand it. So like, was he like? Is that the spooky forest? Yes, it is the spooky forest. But like, to be fair, there's a lot of mythos around Aokigahara, and it's played up to an extreme extent. Less people die in Aokigahara than, well, annually, than people jump off the Golden Gate Bridge, for example. Like, technically the Golden Gate Bridge is much more haunted than Aokigahara.
To trek through that forest, and that he came across clothing which he picked up.
So as we're trekking through the forest, I come across clothing. Now, the guy who's coming with us, who basically shows us the forest and navigates us through it, tells me that it's fresh.
When I went there, I didn't need a navigator. I just went through myself. But yeah, this absolutely does happen. If you go to Aokigahara and you go off the trails, there are these death camps. It's where people go to, like, they set up a camp. They're planning to off themselves, but they haven't built up the courage to do it. So they'll camp there a couple days to try and get their strength to do so. But what they do is they leave strings from the main trail into the forest, because Aokigahara is a very, very interesting and very cool forest. And there's a lot of iron in, like, the lava and stuff there. It kind of messes with compasses and GPS and stuff like that. Kind of in some places. It's kind of, I've talked about this before, and I've, like, kind of played up as well, because the mystique is more interesting, right? But yeah, there are points in the forest where you have